Okay, doing another vid on CB amps that are kind of available, but you know, no big deal. I'm packing up for Dayton, and I'm not taking any CB amps, but I was just trying to gather all my marbles together. So anyway, I packed up all the mics. This used to be my mic rack, but we packed up most of the mics except the ones that I'm keeping, that not even taking with me there. So anyway, we loaded this thing up with more amplifiers, and again, I'm not taking CB amps to Dayton because hams kind of frown on that, and also there are very little CBers left that are buying amps, and they're cheap anyway. So what's the use of packing up all that weight, right? So anyway, top shelf are kind of my keepers. You know, don't make me no lowball amplifier on my top shelf. My keepers. It's going to take very high money to get my top shelf stuff. And one is the Pride KW1. Mind you, the KW1 is just a high drive version of the DX300. It has one single 4X CX250B, and all the components are the same as the DX300, except this KW1 was originally high drive. It had like a dummy load on the input to take down the 100-watt drive down to 4 watts. That's basically the difference between a Pride KW1 and a Pride DX300. The KW1 is not a 2-tuber, which is what a lot of people think. On top of it, just because I didn't have any place to put stuff, is a rare Tram D80 Mobile, 40 channel AM SSB Mobile. That's made to match the Tram D300 transistor base station. Hard to find that Tram. Nitro 300A. I've had a few of these in the past, and I like the looks of the amp, but other than looks, it's just a sweep tube amp, one driving 4. You know, do about 500 watts, you know, depending on how hard you push it and whether you're talking peak and average and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason I keep this one on the my top shelf is it's very clean. Just hard to find an amp that looks like that and is super clean and it works. So I like that one, and that's why it's on the top shelf and gonna take top money. Same with this Mark 10 watt meter made by Transel, same people who make the 300A. I just like it because it's a big pretty watt meter and it works. And there is a receive preamp made by the same company, Transel, and you know, this is a nice pretty set to play with, and I like it clean and clean stuff that works, so that's why that's on my top shelf. Here's a high gain foot warmer. Uses two 8908 tubes in tetro turbo mode, so that thing works like a Super Mako 75. You know, low dead key, high swing, but it's cleaner, made by High Gain, and it works. And real hard to find these, and I like it a lot. So therefore, it's again my top shelf. Going to take top money for me to think about letting it go. I got a bunch of these MFJ Giant watt meters. I use 4. This was number 5, so this one can go for a fair price. We just like the big giant meters because of the big giant meter. 2200, 200, 2000 watt scale and SWR and peak and average on the meters. Another Palomar 350Z. Palomar tried to squeeze out more watts from a 300A. By the way, that's a clean black 300A, black face, and a white face 300A. And then the 350Z, Palomar built basically a 300A in one box, one cabinet, and then they tried to turbocharge the 6LF6 tubes, tried to squeeze more out of them, but they didn't work very well. They didn't hold up very well. So I think what I did on one of these, so I got another one, is down converted to basically the circuit of a 300A, because these things did not hold up trying to squeeze more watts out of those sweep tubes. Here's a rare one, DNA Warrior, 4 driving 8. sweep tube 2-piece amp. This is just the head. I'm not finished with this, still playing with it, but since I was putting ducks in order, I just, you know, brought that up and put it up there. Nice Palomar Skipper 300, one driving 3, Palomar 200X. I think that's one driving 2. Down here we got some working DNAs. HDX 50, I think that's a 2-tuber. This is the late version of the Raider here. That's an early version of the Raider for the small baldy tubes. And then this is a late version that they made to try to get around the FCC. Same with this HDX 50. If you could see there, they market this as a 20-meter CW transmitter. You know, you would stick a crystal in there and, you know, set up for 20 meters from the factory, and it had a small oscillator in there that drove the tubes, and, you know, it'd be a, you know, 100 watt transmitter, not linear amplifier. And they did that to, again, get past the FCC, because, you know, this version here was a linear amplifier, and you know, FCC made linears illegal. So DNA said, okay, this is a 20-meter CW transmitter, and this 50 here, that's not a linear, that's a 15-meter CW transmitter. So see, that's 15-meter transmitter, and, you know, there's your crystal, and that's a 20-meter transmitter, and there's your crystal. So you can't get us, those are transmitters. And then they would come with instructions like, okay, you know, this is what the linear amplifier looked like, so don't move this wire here and cross that and bypass that, because that would convert these transmitters into illegal linear amplifiers. It actually came with sheets that said that. So early, you know, DNA 2-tuber, 4-tube Raider, not early, I'm sorry, late, and then an early 4-tuber Raider, and then the down here we got a Phantom 500. I got a few of these. This is the cleanest one I had, and it worked, so we brought that up. We got a few more in the dungeon, but anyway, down here we got a Mako 75 single tube modulator box. This one's the one that's been modded. I just made a video on it with the tune and load. That's not factory there. And that's a beast, but it's nasty on the modulators. Mako 200. I forgot what tubes in it. I think 1x2. And Mako used 6L Q6s. No, they didn't. 6L F6s. DNA used 6L Q6s. Mako 300, rough and ugly, but it works. And then over here, last is a rough and ugly Mako 750. And I think that's going to be it for this one. Down here it's just mics that I'm holding on to. These are mostly rare manufacturers mics, like Lafayette, CPI, Johnson. What's that there? High Gain, Sears, Pierce Simpson, Courier, and then Turner CS1 Custom Special 1. Nothing special about it except the color and all that. And I just kept those as keepers. I got a whole big tote full of D104s and other mics that I'll be taking to Dayton. So, but these are my keepers, and I guess that's been enough for this one. All right, bye.